So let's see what you people had to say. Trench shoe gotta be S tier. Thanks in advance. That trench shoe. I see it on the screen. I'm getting scared. This trench shoe is one of the most iconic moments in the click, I'm pretty sure. The trench shoe is the Scaled and Icy Dragon hoodie with the scales on it. Yeah, for some reason I could not find a picture of that. See a picture of it. Oh yeah. Me thanking Brooke for sending me ugly merch. The iconic blurry face ugly merch. I mean, I think this is when it started. Just I mean, I don't think that that's horrible. But then you have this. You have that going on. I've actually never seen that up until now, which I don't know, maybe I like trauma blocked it, I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure I've never seen that before. Yeah, it's certainly something. You're correct, Past Layton, it's certainly something. There's that hoodie again. So I put them all in a tier list for you guys. Let's just go through the categories, shall we? We have Legendary Ugly, which is, again, it's like one of those, it's ugly, but like it's iconic at the same time, you know what I mean? Like you see this piece of merch and you're like, yeah, that's a part of our history. It's iconic. What are you gonna do? And the pilots love doing iconic stuff. That's that category. We have Pretty Darn Ugly, which it's ugly, but I wouldn't necessarily deem it like iconic. There's really nothing, there's no cultural significance to it. It's just ugly. And then you have Just Plain Ugly, where it's not like incredibly ugly, but like it's just ugly. That's what it says. Next category, we have Boring and Lazy Ugly. Then we have Unredeemably Ugly. Okay, like there's no going back. You're just ugly. There's no redeemable qualities. It's not even funny. It's just ugly. Hope this helps. So apparently I thought that the trench shoe was so ugly, I put it in here twice. So again, trench shoe, it's like, you people talked about it. I see it all the time. Trench shoe is legendary ugly. We're just gonna get that out of the way. Trench shoe, you will always be famous. I have this tie-dye Scaled and Icy shirt. I don't think that it's ugly. I mean, you people just don't like the tie-dye stuff, and I will agree that some of it is not the best. I think when they get tie-dye merch, it just looks like kind of muddled and too much going on. This one, I don't think is horrible, but you people said it was ugly, so I'm just gonna put it in just plain ugly. It's not, you know, in the depths pits of ugly here. So we're just gonna put it in the safe spot there. Next up, we have the Judge hoodie. They went too crazy with the patterns. You know, like the blurry face patterns kind of went too crazy with that. I think if they would have done more subtle choices, it wouldn't have been as ugly. But here we are. I am gonna put this on Pretty Darn Ugly. It was just too much going on. So you're pretty darn ugly. Next up, we have this like little sweater of Ned, and it's just like a PNG pasted on top of this sweater. I thought this was actually bootleg merch, and no, it's official merch. It's on the Ned Bayou store, and it's just ugly, boring, and lazy. There was no design elements here. You just pasted a picture of Ned and called it a day. So we're gonna do boring and lazy ugly. Next up, we have, I believe this was during the Scaled and Icy era, I could be wrong, but we have another tie-dye long sleeve. And I think I have this one actually. And again, I don't hate it. It's definitely not the worst on the list, but we can do better. So I'm just gonna do plain ugly. There you go. And this is another one that I have. Okay, this is like embarrassing. So you guys are picking the ones that I have, and I don't know what that says about me. I don't know what that says about my style choices, but we're gonna like just ignore that for now. This tie-dye shirt, it's kind of, again, it's one of those, it's with tie-dye 21 Pilots merch, it's either so colorful and so crazy that you really can't make sense of the design, or it's like really muddy, ugly colors. And this one falls into that second category. But it's not really boring and lazy, and it's not unredeemable, so just plain ugly. Another shirt that I have, Don't Trust a Song That's Perfect. Oh, geez Louise. Okay, so again with Blurry Face merch, I feel like I'm like wearing out the just plain ugly category, but like, it's the average category. Most things are gonna be average. It's mid. What can I say? I don't think it's an ugly shirt. I feel like I've been too nice. I feel like I've been saying that for all of them, but we're gonna get into some uglies. We're playing it safe right now. So again, just plain ugly. Of course, with trench, we had to do camo. And was it done tastefully? Was it done good? I'm gonna say no, it wasn't. We have this camo coat looking thing, and it's got just a yellow stripe down the middle. I'm gonna put that one as pretty darn ugly. You could go camping in that thing. You can go hunt deer in that, and I probably would. We have this it's like it's during the trench era. It's some sort of little funky jacket, and it's not really giving, and I dare say pretty darn ugly. So there you go. Again, that looks like something you could hunt in, if you were into that. And this is that tie-dye trench logo shirt. And again, I have this shirt, and I will say, in its defense, its colors look better in person. It looks bright and obnoxious in this picture and online, but when you see it in person, the colors are a little bit more muted, so it's not as bad, but I still wouldn't say it's great. I'm gonna do something, guys. Come on. Yeah, there you go. It's unredeemable. It's just ugly, and like, it's not even funny, like funny ugly. It's just ugly. So next up, we have the Skeleton Icy hoodie. It looks like dragon skulls. And in theory, okay, if you played to this dragon skull thing, it could be cool. Alright, I'm not saying that that's a bad idea. If you could play into the whole trash the dragon thing, I think it could be cool. This was executed horribly. I really need to know who does these designs and who approves them, because if I was Tyler and Josh, I would not want my reputation to be tarnished by these ugly clothes. I need to know if somebody actually has this, because I don't. This is one of the things that I don't have. And I'm gonna put it right up in the legendary category because it's iconic. So next up, we have this short sleeve. That's just the Clancy era logo. I'm just gonna put that in boring and lazy ugly because she's not really giving. It's just kind of, they played the safe route, you know what I mean? So speaking of safe route, we have another piece of Clancy merch. It is just a hoodie that says 21 Pilots. Again, it's just like they took the logo and they just pasted it on a plain black hoodie. They probably made this in like 5 minutes. There wasn't much thought put into it. I wouldn't look at it and say that it's ugly, but it's not really giving. So boring and lazy. This is more of the interesting hoodies that I've seen. This is just a gray hoodie and it just says TOP on it. Top. Yeah, that's really all I have to say about this. It seems like there's two main categories, and it's either they put out merch that you can tell was designed in like 5 minutes tops, and they're just like pasting some random image in random places and calling it a day, and it just looks kind of boring and there's not a lot of thought put into it. And then on like the flip side of this, right, you have like just overcomplicated, muddled completely too much going on looking merch. The good looking merch is something that is found balance in between those two categories, but when we start leaning to one extreme or the other, it starts looking pretty ugly. And so this one, it's not giving. You know, there's not really much color to it, not much to the design, just boring and lazy. Oh my goodness. Gigi, hold on, Gigi. Hi, Gigi. Fun fact, Gigi's a bit of a star.
What's up? Look at that cat. So sweet.
Gigi has met Finn Wolfhard. Little fun fact there. She is that girl. Okay, she's met Mike Wheeler from Stranger Things. She's that girl. Anyways, back to the task at hand, which is more tie-dye Skeleton Icy clothes. This one, again, I think this one, I could be very wrong. Think this one was exclusive to the livestream website or something like this, or there was one that looked similar. And so I got this because I think it came in like a box set or something. Again, I could be confusing this with another shirt. And when you get this one in person, its colors are so faded, like it's not this vibrant. And so yeah, this one looks nothing like it does in person. Just imagine these colors, but just really, really faded. I wish I had a picture of this in person and you would get a better idea. It's not great in person. This picture actually looks better. So I'm gonna put it in pretty darn ugly because if you saw it in person, you guys would get it. And so here we are back in the blurry face era with this long sleeve shirt. We have two. The next two are going to be long sleeve blurry face shirts. What I was talking about, we have the two extremes, either overcomplicated and random or not enough. This one is random. I'm not sure what the design process is behind these types of shirts because it just looks like they get like a bunch of like NPGs of random 21 Pilots related symbols, and they just kind of randomly put it on the shirt, and there's really no thought behind the placement. So I'm just gonna say, just plain ugly. And really what all I just said about the previous one applies to this next one here. It just seems random. just thrown on there. I think the designer just was like, that's good, and submit it. So just plain ugly. Next we have some Ned merch for you. It's a short sleeve of Ned, and it's just his face a bunch of times. I think Ned's cute. Okay, I think his merch is cute. I don't think Ned has put out any like horrible icky ugly looking merch. I wouldn't say it's boring and lazy because for some people I feel like this is kind of cute. Like the idea was there. I don't know if it reached its full potential, but like it's cute. It's Ned. But like I feel like it should go here. You know? I don't know. I don't know, man. We have trench pants. Have these. Would I have gotten them now? No. I'm not quite sure why I got them then. But I wear them if I'm just, you know, lounging around the house. Green and yellow is just such... I mean, it can work together, but sometimes it just doesn't look the best. Pretty darn ugly. Next up. Clancy hoodie. Again, one of the newer ones. On the back, it's a picture of Josh and Tyler. On the front, it's the logo, and then just randomly is the 21 Pilots name on the sleeve. They like putting things on the sleeves, whether that makes sense or not. They like putting random things on the sleeves. I saw on Twitter this same hoodie, and they got rid of the 21 Pilots on the sleeve. Looks so much better. Like just the logo like on the top here and then them on the back. So this one is redeemable. We can save this one. It looks so much better if you just take the random, because it just looks randomly placed. Like I know that they like putting stuff on the sleeves, but it just doesn't look right. So I think we just do plain. There we go. Next we have this trench hoodie coat. I'm not quite sure. I forget. The picture's too small right now. Just the aggressive cutoff. I don't know. I feel like that pattern in particular that they're choosing is very hard to work with. It looks like a couch or something. But I'm gonna put that in pretty darn ugly. It's not just plain ugly. That one's pretty ugly. We have another piece of merch that I actually own. Next up, they actually broke. I wore them so much that like I'm gonna have to glue them back together because one of them came loose. Is the Ned slides, and these slides are pretty darn comfy. Okay. I think they're cute and whimsical. I'm just gonna do just plain ugly. Last, but certainly not least, is the blurry face dress. This thing just screams Hot Topic. You know, for some reason, Hot Topic loves making ugly dresses. And this one was really of the time. Legendary ugly. Because I think it's comparable to the trench shoe, in which when you think about ugly 21 Pilots merch, you either think of trench shoe or you think of blurry face dress. I hope one day someone is brave enough to wear the blurry face dress with the trench shoes. And possibly if you wanted to put something on over it, you could do the Skeleton Icy hoodie along with it. And I would think you would look pretty cool and fly. So, there you go. There is all of the ratings, all of the thoughts that I have on just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to ugly 21 Pilots merch. There are countless examples out there. There's a bunch out there. If I had to do all of them, we'd be here all day. And quite frankly, I have things to do. Well, team, there you go. That was me ranking some ugly 21 Pilots merch. I am on Twitch. I use that very lightly. I technically am on Twitch. You can check that out here. I'm trying to do these streams better. They're a little janky at the moment because I'm still trying to figure everything out. Mainly trying to make things not laggy and pixelated. So hopefully I'll get that sorted. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked the video, please hit like and subscribe. And as always, me and Gigi will see you in the next one.